Big Questions.
Does science disprove God? Welcome to Big Questions. Welcome back, guys, to Big Questions. Today we are looking at the question of, does science disprove God? And today I'm joined by my wonderful singer and my wonderful band. This is Dan Jenkins. Say hello, Dan.
Hi.
Excellent, good job. So Dan, today we're looking at, does science disprove God? And in my experience, I've always seen that scientists and some faith leaders always seem to think it goes like at loggerheads against each other, faith and religion and science, and how does it work? Does science disprove God? What do you take from it? How do you experience that question?
Well, in short, no.
Great, roll credits. Science does not disprove God.
Don't get me wrong, I'm not here to bash on science and say that it's an invalid way of understanding the world. I'm actually here to offer a solution, to say that actually maybe they're not contrary at all.
Interesting, tell me more.
Well, science by definition is the study of natural things.
Yeah.
The stuff we perceive, we can see, we can hear, we can touch. It's the observable universe, right?
Yeah.
And God, by definition, is supernatural, just being outside of the natural.
And he can't be boxed by the natural,
No.
Can't be limited like that.
No, science will tell me that if I have something on my hand and I drop it, it'll fall to the ground.
Yeah.
Because these reasons. Whereas faith and my faith in Jesus, when I read the Bible, more tells me about why I'm here. And what my purpose is and where I'm going and what it means to be alive. It's the more existential questions. And actually I think you need an understanding of both really to have a full understanding of who we are and what everything is, because then you have the study of the natural and faith, the kind of in the realm of the supernatural. I think you need both to understand things.
So you're saying they can work hand in hand and science can show how God does things? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I don't think they're contrary at all. And one of the things that seems to come up a lot, one of the biggest topics in this conversation is about creation, how we got here. And it seems to get a lot of people really angry. And this seems to be where that kind of contradiction seems to come from, because the Bible says that when you take the creation story at face value, that God made the world in 7 days in this order, a specific order. Whereas modern science would say that we came to be over billions of years of evolution. And that seems to get a lot of people in one of two camps. They can't believe that someone could think the other thing than they think. But actually when I read that Genesis, where the creation story is in the Bible, personally I don't see it as a literal account. I more see it as a poem, metaphor. And when I read it, I'm more reading about why God made the world, that he made it out of love. When I see this was the order it was oh, God took great care, getting this right for us. And he made us out of love and wanted us to experience the world he'd made and be in relationship with him. That's the reason we're here. And then you can take that understanding of why we're here and you can go and you can study modern science and you can see, well, actually it's amazing that this is how the mechanics of it actually worked, if that makes sense.
Yeah, so I had an uncle who was a mechanic and an engineer, and when he was studying physics, his classes always split in two, people who believed in God and people who didn't. And he always found it really interesting when they discovered something new in their course. Half of them were like, wow, isn't science impressive? And the other half were like, wow, isn't God impressive?
Yeah.
So
it's why not both?
Yeah,
right?
why not both? Why can't both be just as impressive as each other?
Yeah.
Look at this mechanism God has put in place. Look how it works by itself. That's brilliant. I think it's an awesome thing.
Yeah, so I'm not a scientist. I wouldn't profess to be a scientist. I am interested in the way things work, but it's not my profession. It's not my trade. But I'm a music producer, and it means I'm interested in music, but also have a fascination in kind of how sound works, how it propagates through spaces and reflections, and also how amazing the ear is and the brain is, and how we understand what sounds are and where they come from. And for me, when I understand this stuff, I remember sitting in lectures at university and hearing some of the just crazy biology behind our ear. And I remember sitting there and being like, wow, God is incredible.
Yeah.
He made that. But the other thing is, actually, if modern science is correct about evolution, how amazing is it that we've evolved to be so intricate? And actually, further than that, the Bible says that God made you and made you the way he wants you. And actually, the Bible says that God was thinking of you before time began. And the same is true for me and people watching at home. God was thinking about us before time began, and that he made us the way he meant to make us. For me, the idea that he managed to achieve that through billions of years of evolution, that's incredible. That puts me more in awe of God and his power and who he is, personally, than if he just popped us into being like that. For me, that's amazing. And then, like I say, you get into like how the ear works and stuff, and it's like, oh, that is absolutely phenomenal. And so I think science is a very valid way of understanding the universe we live in. But like I say, I think you need to know God to really understand why you're here. You need to have a personal relationship with him, as is our purpose. So to wrap up, because I could talk about this all day, the important thing when reading the Bible is to understand what it teaches us about God, I think. And I have lots of friends who read that creation story 7 days, they read it literally. That's okay. I don't personally agree, but the important thing is we know that God made us on purpose and loves us, and he has a plan and purpose for our lives.
Yeah.
And that's the important thing to take away.
Yeah, totally. And no matter how you view it, I think it's important to see that actually science can really emphasize how much care and thought God has put into us being here.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dan. And thank you so much for watching. If you have any more questions about what Dan has said, or if you want to ask a question that we can answer here yourself, then please let us know in the comments, get in touch. We would love to hear from you guys. But in the meantime, see you guys next time.
Bye-bye.